Hey guys, Sandy here, and I have another Kill a Kit video for you. This is what I have in my kit. I've actually used a bunch of the stickers and added some more stickers, so that was kind of crazy. I already had this huge kit and added a bunch more. But I'm happy with how it's going. Like, I'm definitely gonna have some that are gonna be empty here shortly, so that's super, super exciting. I have not made process videos for all of them, but I will have a layout share at the end of the month. So what am I going to work on today? Well, I have this one photo of my husband and my son underneath of the Welcome to Pier 39 sign here, and I don't normally do this, but I definitely pulled out orange because of the orange sea lions, and I pulled out blue because of the blue sign and the blue rails here. The only other real color that's popping out at me is my son's red shoes. I mean, look at them things. He has red shoes on. But I didn't want to pull in red. And there is just, I figured since I am pulling from the photo, I might as well pull something else from the photo. And there is a bit of greenery here in the background. So I pulled this really old All My Memories paper from 2004 that I had in my kit, and on the back is this blue, and I like the blue. Like, I like this. I actually might use some of this and just use a little bit of this green, like cut off a hunk of the green or something as an element on the page. But I actually really do like this together. Okay. Design decisions are coming at you live today, guys. I'm definitely going to use this. I like this color combination. I like the dark blue, the light blue, and the orange. And then I even like the little bit of green, I think, as like your pop, your unexpected color. Since I'm doing this, and this is like definitely pulled from the photo, and I normally don't scrap that way. I normally scrap like whatever just feels good. So, all right, let's see if this turns out to be a huge mess or not. Let's see what I can do. As you can see, the first thing I did was gut out that beautiful dark blue wood grain paper. And that was because I only had one sheet of it, and I wanted to use that same dark blue paper as a mat for my photo. So I just did my little trick using my Fiskars trimmer of cutting it out of the center. That way I have straight lines, because if I tried to do it with scissors or an X-Acto knife, I wouldn't have straight lines, guys. Let's just be honest here. So I'm going to definitely cover up that gutted section in the center, but as you can tell, I'm not too worried about that little piece that's sticking out right now. Right now it's kind of a peekaboo page. So I found this washi strip from that Turn the Page collection, and it is a navy blue with a kind of like a goldy coppery foil on it, and I'm just going to use that and place it over this yellowy orange paper just ever so slightly, just so it covers up the join and you don't see the two papers connection right there, which is interesting because sometimes I don't want you to see that connection, and sometimes I could care less. So for this paper, it was definitely I don't want you to see this connection. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that plaid blue paper because I had decided to when I was doing the intro for the video. And then I decided, you know what, I'm still going to keep this green. I want to add that kind of that third color. So I have the blues, the orangey yellows, and then this green color. And that's okay with me. And I'm going to, if you can see that one darker printed piece, I kind of use that as my baseline where I rested my photo on top of that. Now here I am doing my thing where I'm covering up all the edges so that when these pages slide in and out of my album, there's not going to be any chance of them catching on something and ripping or tearing, because I definitely don't want that. Now I wanted to bring up that green from the bottom of the page to the top as well, so I just went ahead and stuck a little piece of it poking out from behind that blue plaid paper. And now I'm just trying to, you know, flip through my things and figure out what I want to do and what I want to go with. Now, this was a no-brainer for me, kind of. That is kind of like a gray, wood grainy type thing, so I just stuck it up there and I felt like it meshed everything great together. You might be looking at that and going, why did you do that? That makes no sense, but to me it did. Now, I was thinking about bringing this pop of this like red and pink color in, and I decided no. I liked bringing in that pop of color, but it wasn't what I really wanted. It wasn't kind of the feeling that I wanted to go with, even though I thought Away We Go would have been cute with my son's arm, you know, propped up on the page like that, but it just didn't feel right. So I decided to pull out some clouds and just create this little bit of a cloud cluster up here at the top of the page. And I did that because it was definitely an overcast day. It even sprinkled a little bit when we went down to Pier 39 on this day. So I'm going to pop up this cloud here, and that's just giving it a little bit of dimension over top of the other cloud, which, you know, that's what real clouds do, right? I mean, clouds aren't all looking flat. You can see dimension of them, so that's what I went ahead and did. And here's that little by little sticker sheet that I added to my kit after the fact, so I'm definitely trying to use it up. And then I decided to bring in that little pop of pink anyway. It says Noteworthy, and it has some stars on it. It has the orange stars that match the orange paper in the background, and a typewriter. But I really didn't feel like the typewriter added anything to this page. I mean, they're under a sign for Pier 39, we're on the water. There's no chance in the world we're going to be using a typewriter. So I just cut that off. And then I made sure to line up those stars on the top of that green paper. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to add a couple little raindrops because they're there and I need to use them up. So I just scattered them about up there at the top of the page. And as you can see, that green is almost completely covered up now. And that's okay. It just needed a little touch of it up at the top, since there is so much green at the bottom and only at the bottom. Okay, so now I have these little hearts that I'm placing around, and I'm just finding little places to nestle them in that look cute, or at least I think they look cute. And I'm just finding little bits that go places and look good to my eye. Now, I was going to put, I really actually liked that little chipboard up there over top of the photo, but I didn't want to create a whole other cluster, like a whole other area. So I decided it would be best if I moved it down here to the bottom where the title is. And then I go and do what I didn't want to do, and that's add a third cluster area. I was just going to have my embellishment going straight up and down, but you know, that didn't work. So these heart thicker puffy stickers, I did not like that you could see through and you could see the different pieces of paper behind it. So I just backed it with this blue paper. And I'm liking it, and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to make this work. And then I bring in the green over here as well, just with this little bit of a banner sticker. And now I have green in 3 places, so now I've committed to 3 clusters. Even though I just said I didn't want one, but that was what I was thinking when I moved that chipboard piece down, was I don't want a third cluster. And what do I do immediately? I mean, immediately after I say I don't want a third cluster, I go ahead and make a third cluster. I'm just trying out some pieces here to figure out what I want and where I want it to go. And I end up going for this plain label instead of something that was pre-written. And I do have to say, labels are one of my favorite things right now. I just really enjoy them. I don't know why. Because you can embellish them, you can use them as a base of a cluster, you can use them just as a decorative element. They're so versatile. I just really, really enjoy a good label sticker. And I pull out some more label stickers. And I felt like I needed a little extra bit of a pop of orange down here. Even though I have that orange paper poking out, I just felt like it needed the little bit of extra. I can't exactly tell you why, because I do have the color, you know, in all three areas, but for some reason, I just needed it. And then over here, see, so I got an Apple Watch for my birthday, and I love the thing. I mean, let's be honest, I love the thing. But, yeah, that's the problem, is that I don't even have to, like, stop and grab my phone anymore if I get a text or an alert or even a phone call. So, I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. So, of course, I'm grabbing some enamel dots. And these little orange ones are absolutely perfect. So I'm just splattering them around in all three areas. And I'm doing that thing where I really like the look of 3 enamel dots and 3 different sizes kind of close together. And then I have a couple more left. So I just decide to sprinkle those about as well, so I can just use them all up instead of having 1 or 2 lonely enamel dots in that one color, which is something I used to do a lot. I would have just like these random enamel dots, and I'd think, when in the world am I just ever going to use these? So I've just decided to go for it. Now these stickers that I am using right now, they either came in a citrus twist kit or a secret not secret kit. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But they were small and they were gold and they say Live A. So my whole title is Live a Noteworthy Life. Not that this really has anything to do with this page at all, but you know, it works. So I'm using these Chamel thickers from Box of Crayons, and those are those great navy blue glitter thickers. And I'm using these hearts to just add a heart to each one of the clusters here. And I like it because it's kind of bringing the navy to the forefront. So I do have the navy in the background, and I feel like it's just kind of like bringing it up, like, hey, here I am, here's the navy. And that works with me because I really like navy blue. Okay, now we're just getting these little guys done. What am I doing here? Here we go. I do add a second heart right here. I just really liked the way the heart's kind of like curved up and around the title a little bit instead of just one there. Because when you can have more than one heart, I mean, you're going to go for more than one heart, right? And of course, I've got to flip through my Chamel sticker book, and I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and use these navy letter stickers to spell out my husband's and my son's name. And I use this blue ampersand, and it works, which is like, it works. So I didn't go searching for another one or anything like that, but I think I would have searched for another one and just changed out this ampersand just a little bit, because the blue is just slightly off of what I want it to be. But like I said, the page is done. I'm happy with it, and I'm not going to go switch out an ampersand. And frankly, I didn't want to spend the time going through all my letters or all my ephemera packs or all my wood veneer or whatever I had just to find a better ampersand when this one works out just fine. Now, these Shamal stickers, even though I love them, even though I think that you could probably find something in this sticker book to use on just about every single layout you could create, they drive me insane because they don't stick that well. And I'm not really shocked because it is an American Crafts branded sticker book, and American Crafts adhesive stinks. Like, it's not the best at all. And it's interesting because I see other people and hear of other people, and some of them have the same exact issues I do, and some say that they don't have any issues, which is kind of crazy. And I guess it can, like, depend upon your weather and all that kind of stuff, but I'm here in California. I'm in the valley. There's no real humidity to speak of compared to how it used to be in Maryland when we lived over there. And I feel like ever since I came out here, where it's drier and you would think that that would make it stuff stick easier, I feel like stuff sticks less. It's kind of crazy. So how am I dealing with that? Well, just laying down some ATG. I mean, that stuff is a shiznit. It works amazingly. Speaking of ATG, I need to place another tape order because I am down to the 2 rolls that are in my gun and 1 spare, and that is not going to work for me. I really need to order some more tape, so that's going to happen. So now I'm just using these little sticker dots, and I'm going to sprinkle those around the edges as well. And that's just going to give a little bit more of that dark blue some attention. I felt like I needed to do that since I put their names down here with all that dark blue. I felt like it was important to bring some more of that blue. Plus, I love little sprinkly things. Like, it makes me happy. So there it is. And if you know what, do something that makes you happy in your scrapbooking. Even if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I've already done the little sprinkles of enamel dots, but then you have these little stickers here, just add more if it makes you happy. And then I'm going to add even more of these little teeny touches with the gold hearts. So, like I said, the little sprinkly things make me happy, and there it goes, put more on there. And there it is. It is pretty much finished, I think. Of course, I need to flip through the sticker book one more time just to make sure, because, you know, there's always options in that sticker book. You know, sometimes I think I just flip through the sticker book because I like looking at the stickers, and it really has nothing to do whatsoever if I need like another option or something like that. Now, I did feel that the ampersand needed a little bit of zhuzhing up, so I pulled out my blue in Castella and just tried it out, and it was the wrong color blue. So I pulled out a Spectrum Noir shimmer pen and just put some sparkle over top of that ampersand, just to give it a little something, because like I said, it wasn't the exact ampersand I would have used, but I'm going to put it down there, and that is going to call this page done. Well, no, I lied. I'm gonna add a little bit of journaling, just like a line or two here and there. Nothing really like monumental or pivotal journaling. It's just a line or two, because that's all I need. And then there you get to see the close-ups. And that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you again for another one soon.